Yo, welcome back, BBE TV, episode 13. I got a very special guest in the building today. My man's Nasim Williams, man. How you feeling?
Man, I'm good. Thanks for having me, bro. Very excited being on the platform. Thank you.
I appreciate you coming down on Super Bowl Sunday to come chat it up with us, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Cheers to that.
Oh yeah, cheers, bro. Thank you.
Hey, no problem at all, man. So let's get into it a little bit, man. You kind of been I guess in a hiatus is the right way to put it. You've kind of been on hiatus.
Yeah.
What you been doing on hiatus, man?
Just pretty much raising my kids, working. I'm a teacher, so I work with the youth, kindergarten, preschool. But just trying to find the proper angle to really be outstanding, rather. I have this publishing deal with Universal, and I've had it for like the last 3 years or so. Shout out to Fick for bringing the opportunity my way, but it's more distribution, but it's like publishing as well. But I'm just trying to figure out a way to really be consistent and make a splash, bro. I've been in the scene for a long time. Shout out to Treaty Crew, $1 Million Mano, Hollywood Hope, Vic Spencer, everybody I've worked with, all my New York family, my LA family, my ATL family. But at the same time, I feel like, how I was a few years ago, the scene was the same. What Chicago was really
it was,
everyone was just crazy about us. And I feel like it still is like that. But the class has got bigger now. So you got to really stand out. You feel me? So just trying to figure out ways. But
hold on. I don't want to go too far, because you said you have a publishing deal with Universal. Now, on my platform, I try to educate people and inform people what exactly is a publishing deal for those who don't know.
It's pretty much like I say, as far as distribution. So anything else, anything I'm going to release with them, we're going to talk more about that. But publishing is covered, and distro is there obviously. So I'm not getting a check from them off bat, which I would never accept. I mean, if the numbers are cool and I got the right team around me, that's fine. But other than that, publishing pretty much covers you for everything, man. I'm not too technical on what entails in this deal that we have, but other than that, you get paid, man. You're protected, it's yours. You know what I'm saying? It's major opportunities for you to expand. And again, it's all yours, man. You keep your music. You don't have to be bounced around or anything like that. You can walk away. I've actually had a distro deal before this with Cobalt. And they're actually partnered up with Google. I don't know if that's a thing anymore, but 50 Cent was with them. They did distro for him, publishing, Eminem, all big names. So but I had to walk away from that because just the label I was with alone, they're more indie, rock and things like that. So they didn't really have no room for me. I got an opportunity to do a song that featured Cameron through my New York family. Shout out to L, shout out to Mele, shout out to Leaky on the beat. But other than that, I had to move around from that. And when I got out that deal, all my artists, not my artists, but my friends, my family, they was able to get their songs back to them. They don't own it or anything like that.
No, dope. Yeah, so they just keep it right shit.
Yeah, okay. And
and that was Cobalt.
Yeah, that was Cobalt. And
good on them. Because a lot of labels it's my shit.
No, they took it down. It sucked though, because we had cracked the $250,000 within a few days, through SoundCloud and all these other platforms. And then when I, signed the papers to get out, they was all right, well, fuck you then. They just took it down, which respectfully so cool. But at the same time, I'm glad everyone who was a part of the song got theirs.
Yeah, and then that's the business part too, right? They a label is going to blow you up, but that's also because it's a partnership and it's in their best interest to do so.
Yeah, for sure. But it was cool though, man. It went on personal. I feel like they was moving shaky toward the end. I'm not gonna say the label. Shout out to Cobalt always, but I'm not gonna say the label that put me on. But I feel like they was just moving very shaky when they figured out I want to get out, because they had me on tour. I did CMJ. I don't know if you're familiar with that. So it was a big fest in New York. It was college radio.
Okay.
And it was a festival every year. It was a thing, bro. And I actually was fortunate enough to DJ the last year though, and it was Lumi D there. Bro, it was so many big, yeah. Bro, I was so geeked, man. I missed my flight. I missed my flight because I want to see them and meet them, bro. I had to pass, but it was like a thing, like it was all around the city, and it was a festival. But I'm not sure why they closed. I guess, I mean, obviously, college radio is like not as strong as it used to be. But bro, like if you look up the research, like that was over 20 years strong, bro. Probably even longer than that. But it was a real thing in New York, and it was fun, bro. Like I had a lot of fun out there.
I can imagine, man. Like who did you bump into? You said Lumi D. Who else was there?
Bro, like we got to look at the bill because it was so, like I'm talking about. It was so many.
It's a festival, right? It's just a bunch of
bro. It was mad people, but Lumi D was like the one I was like, man, I got to meet them. Like, I'm in New York, you know, seeing like the video with Busta Rhymes and all them, you know, like the remix. So, it was cool though, bro. But I was able to I actually bumped into Dave East. Shout out to Hustle Simmons because he needed me.
Shout out Hustle Simmons.
Yeah, shout out to Hustle Simmons, man. Good guy. But he had needed me to DJ last minute, but it wound up working out because DJ Ozone, my Treated crew brother, shout out to Ozone Treated. But Ozone wound up making it, and I didn't have to DJ, but I got in the party like without waiting in this massive line, bro. And like, you know, I get in and I brought one of my boys with me and shit. And he had spotted like Dave East, Manolo Rose, Chasing Cash.
Wait, was Chasing Cash? Am I thinking about Cash Out? Was that his song, or am I thinking about somebody else?
No, Chasing Cash.
Cause you know what I'm talking about? It was like
yeah.
Right around with that Nina.
Yeah.
That dude.
No, he well, no, you know what I said? Yeah, Chasing Cash, like the producer dude. Like,
okay.
But I never knew how he looked. Cause I always hear Drake shout him out, but he's knowing everybody. Like before Dave East was big, and Dave East was so cool, bro. Like him and my homie, they politicking. What's Fetty Wap's artist? The dude.
I don't even know.
Damn,
I didn't know Fetty Wap had artists.
Bro, he was on that Baby, Won't You Come My Way? The what's Monty?
Okay,
that's
Monty.
His name. Yeah. Like
I know the song, about to look it up.
But yeah, so Hustle Simmons, that party was very dope. And he had like those cats coming up before they like really made it big in the industry, which was cool.
Hustle Simmons has been doing, I mean, just shout out Hustle Simmons, because I know like when I was performing with Nature Real, we performed at a couple of his things that he was doing, like Reggie's, man. Like he's been in the city putting people on for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Rocky
like
Fresh, you know.
Yeah,
So
definitely, man. That Rocky Fresh run, like, I mean, he's still doing his thing, but when he got signed with Ross and you know did his thing, whatever. I remember that song. I think he's on there. I think Chuck English had that Party Heart. I don't know. I think Rocky Fresh is featured on it, but I know Chuck English had produced the beat. But just seeing that, like, to see like the Midwest being involved with such a, you know, monumental big artist like that, very inspiring, bro. But other than that, like, shout out to Rocky, shout out to Hustle always. But yeah, man, he's very innovative. So you just said that you were DJing. I know you produce. Yeah. Which one came first? Both, bro. Like you did both at the same time. Yeah, the same. I wasn't really big into DJ. I got forced into DJing. Like, shout out to the Grindhouse. So we used to have like little events and parties and things like that. And we need a DJ. We need a DJ. And it was like a controller around or whatever, like a turntable or something like that. Were you making beats before that moment? Before I started DJing, I've been making beats and DJing since I was 10. Damn. Yeah, since 10 years old. I was in a band. I played clarinet. I was on percussion. So yeah, I've always been like musically sound. Okay. Like I actually got taught how to sample at 10 years old. I was always like making like, like beats like 3 6 Mafia. That's how I started, bro. That's exactly how I started. Fruity Loops, man, people be tripping like, bro, they think this is a thing, like the first a new thing. It's not. Like, the first I had Fruity Loops on dial-up. Like I'm like so y'all young, y'all don't know, but like before when you wanted to connect to the internet, your computer had to like dial a phone number. And it sounded funny, and then it connect. I downloaded Fruity Loops. I want to say off of LimeWire. Okay. Like a pirated version of Fruity Loops off of LimeWire, and started making beats with it. And I don't even know if the first versions had piano roll, but I just definitely did not know about the piano roll feature. Yeah. So I would just pick my sounds and like, just check the boxes.
and just, press play like in the sequence or just let the
Yeah.
boxes hit. And I swear I made some bangers with that shit, bro.
Man, bro.
But I could have took it way further. They were bangers back then. They held as hell now. But
man, I feel like I mean, obviously Fruity Loops I expanded, but I don't update. Like I don't really be updating versions. Like if I have to, cool. But I try to stick with what I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I sample a lot anyway. I'm very obviously I'm a sample based producer, but I can make original things. I love to collab with people. But man, I feel like back in the day, they give you like the little drum packs, whatever, and all like the little synths and everything, and you work what you got on there. You again like 3 6 Mafia, like Hustle and Flow was a crazy movie because I was thinking about like it was so many sounds. I mean a beat machine all around, but Fruity Loops. But I'm like, man, these beats are like crazy. 3 6 Mafia, they did their thing, and I was forced into sampling. Like I truly was. Like my mentor John Lester, shout out to him. From Chicago, but grew up in Detroit. Came back to Chicago. But he was like, man, bro, like, let me show you this. And I didn't like it at first. And then I fell in love with it. And, I wound up, in his words, outshining him with the sampling. And it's just been my forte since then. So
yeah, sampling is cool, man. Like I think sometimes people there's like this negative ideology around sample, like sample producers ain't really talented, or they ain't really take nothing to put no sample, but it really does. Like it really does. Like because I do a lot of sampling, but with like loops, and you got to be able to match like sounds together.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
like
sure.
You can't just sample some shit. Like you really have to know tempo, and then you can speed it up, you can slow it down, you can pitch it differently. You know what I'm saying? And then like if you really raw with sampling, like you could take like for me, I'll take a loop and like say the loop. If there's a part of the loop that I feel like doesn't go to the key that I want.
Yeah.
Now that we have the technology that we have with like I use Logic, I'll just chop. I'll sample part of the sample.
Yeah.
And then I'll transpose it so it fits the key. You know what I'm saying? So it's in key. So it's like I'm essentially playing this note, but it's really just a sample.
Nah, for sure. Again, shout out to Fick. And I really been teaching
shout
him.
Out Fick.
Yeah, I've been really teaching him. I mean, he samples as well. He's a producer, but artist most and foremost. But the way I sample, he was like, bro, like it's clean. Like I don't think the way of doing it that way. And I'm like, ain't no right way with this. But he's good at like really tuning things. Cause like, I'll throw a snare in and he'd be like, nah, bro, it gotta match the pitch of the sample. Like, and he's like technical about that. Now I never really thought about that stuff. Cause I feel like, not to toot my own horn, but my beats always sounded precise.
Yeah.
But my last engineer was like that. Thomas Fagan, he was big on that, like just altering like the pitch of things or like the notes of, cause we track out beats. And whenever the artist about to record over it, he'll just like alter things. He like it has to match. And I'm like, man, I'm just thinking about the sample more than anything. Like,
but see, and that's the thing. Like I could get in my head as an engineer and as a producer, I can get too deep in my head when it comes to like matching kicks and snares to the key of a song.
Yeah.
I just spent hours trying to make sure that it was in key because there's no way to really tell. Like a snare doesn't have like it don't like even if I put a tuner on it, a lot of times the tuner would be like A, G, F. It don't know what the fuck the snare is. You know what I'm saying? Sure. But it's like us just knowing like sonically that this is fitting in the beat. It's not standing out. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I've released several beat tapes in my my career, but I feel like you got the right voice over it. Like Kanye West always said, like that vocal, that's the biggest instrument. So I feel like all that plays out if you got the right lyricist on, or like songstress, whatever the case may be, right artist on your track. Nobody's gonna be like, oh yeah, the snares
right. I think that snare is a A. It really needs to be a G. No.
Yeah, like nobody's gonna say that as long as you got somebody, But I'm a big fan of Griselda, like with them just rapping over just straight sample. I love that because I'm like, again, the vocal is the biggest instrument, man. Like what you're saying, like your delivery.
Nice.
The flow, everything. So you can rap over a snap, like, and there could be a snap going for like the whole track. So
honestly, I think the most simple beats are like some of the biggest songs, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you just think like grinding, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
that shit's,
oh man,
it's just drums, dude.
Yeah,
and like
bro.
Yeah.
He had like the little perks or whatever after that, but them drums are crazy, like for real.
That's really all
Man.
you need, man.
Yeah,
And
for
sometimes
sure.
you don't even need that, man. Like you could like even if you go like down the R&B path, like I think what is that John Legend song? It ain't no drums in that. It's just him playing the piano. All of Me.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for
It's just
sure. Yeah,
beautiful. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Ordinary People as well. I don't think it's no drums in that. It's just,
Facts.
you know, yeah.
Yeah.
You right, bro. Like, I mean, we both right. Like, as long as like you just again, you got somebody dope on something, it really don't matter, bro.
Big facts. So which one do you like more, DJing or a producer?
Damn, bro. That's a tough question. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say both. I like to DJ because I like to see people reactions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I ain't the best. Like, I ain't like Boy Genius or, you know, Ozone, like my brothers, like my Treaty Crew brothers, because they be scratching and doing all kind of stuff. But I know how to keep a party going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mix pretty well. You know what I'm saying? So, but I love to see people, but even with beats, like making, producing, just seeing people reactions and like for somebody to come to me and be like, I want you to sample this, and I can do it without any problem. Like, I feel like I put my 10,000 hours with that. So, so yeah, both. Like, you know, to please the crowd, please the clientele. That's always gonna be a joy to me. You know, feel like I'm Jordan. Like, I feel like I put up 40. You know, either or. Yeah,
like I'm so I DJ too. And I'm trying to get better at it. Like I've recently been doing more of it. And yeah, just trying to keep a crowd going. And I think one thing I noticed too is like when people have requests, like how do you just so I know, how do you handle that? Like when you be DJing,
it's rare.
And my must be like somebody pull up and say, "Can you play Taylor Swift?" And you be like, "Yeah, I'm like really into this like the Chicago house."
Yeah. It's, bro, honestly, it's rare if I have requests, but if I do, like, I flip it. Like, I'll be like, all right, cool. You want to hear this? But before I play that request, I want to see what can I incorporate in that request to keep the motion going. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
Like, I used to, well, I still do occasionally, but heavily, I used to DJ and shout out to Mims, my manager, Enjoy. But
shout out Mims.
Yeah, but Enjoy in Logan Square, right off Milwaukee Avenue. And they got a tip jar there. But I never really cared because I'm like, I'm getting paid anyway. But this lady came up to me one day and was like, "Can you play like Limp Bizkit?" And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "All right." And she put like $100 in, bro. And I figured out how to keep
that
the
shit
party
on repeat.
Like, yeah, I was like, I figured out, all right, what can I mix with this? Like, I'm a hey, shout out to that big ass tip, but I'm gonna mix this with something else, and you know, so and I don't get offended from requests neither because you know that's
people got preferences. Yeah,
that's the clientele. Like,
nah, you know what's funny though? That's where I started DJing. I was doing we were doing an open mic at Enjoy, not the Wicker Park, but the Logan Square.
Yeah, the Logan Square one. Yeah.
I bought a controller for it, and I just got the controller for the open mic, but you know, a few nights it was light, so I would just have to play music, and you know what I'm saying, just figure that shit out. So that's kind of how I started.
Yeah, they get pretty lit on the weekends, bro. Both locations, like from Thursday to Sunday, it's on. Like, don't get me wrong, like they be having good food specials too, but when it comes to like the party scene, bro, it's crazy.
Yeah, shout out Enjoy, man. We used to have a monthly there, how to sell dope. We used to do
the one in Logan Square,
Wicker Park.
Oh yeah.
So we did
so you know Mims then, right?
Yeah.
That's my manager. Yep.
Yeah, I did not know he was your manager, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you recently, I think the last time I saw you, I think it might have been the last time I saw you. It might have been at the studio, or it was at this event. Which may have been your birthday. You were DJing, but I think there was like a competition too.
Oh, so that was that wasn't that Enjoy. That was up north at
right.
I can't
some place off Kedzie, right?
Off Kedzie. What was like Lawrence and Kedzie or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I shouldn't even be forgetting the place name, bro. But the guy is great, bro. Like they do pop-ups there. The guy who owns the spot, very cool, very lax about things.
Yeah.
He made some good money that night. I ain't gonna lie. He was like, come back whenever.
Yeah.
But I had got put onto that spot through one of the OGs in my neighborhood because he has like a little band, like soul singing guy. So yeah, I think it's Kedzie Inn, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe.
If y'all looking out here, I think it's right off Lawrence and Kedzie, y'all, like, or Irving Park or something like that. But look it up if y'all want to do a show there, man. Like he's very cool. We'll have to like post something to
support them.
Yeah, to support, because I can't think of this, but I think it's KZN, y'all.
Yeah, it might have been KZN.
I think so, but yeah, like, so you said we had, rub shoulders there.
Yeah, well, kind of. I think you were DJing, but wasn't there a contest?
Yeah, it was like a competition for like a slot with Universal.
Yeah,
like through like the distro I have right now.
Okay.
But it was so technical. I'm just like, everybody wins.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you get a slot. But yeah, but I've been in touch with those artists still to this day. And again, it's just about preparation, bro. Like, I know everybody got a life going on, and whenever they do want to like distro a single or album, like I'm here for it, whether I produce it or not.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure everybody's business straight, because you just can't just jump in the water.
When you say business straight, what do you mean?
Man, make sure like you pay your producers, pay your engineers, get your songs tracked out, get them mastered, things of that nature. Like every little spec to make you, the most appealing and marketable possible.
Yeah.
Like, make sure you got, support. Like, I tell people all the time, like, especially artists, like, as long as you got 10 people that's rocking with you, like, and they passing things on, and you doing what you need to do, and like I say, market yourself the right way, that goes a long way. You know what I mean? It's like selling dope, whatever. If it's good product, like,
what ways do you feel like an artist can like just keep having shit? Because I think what I've seen in the engineer chair with some of the people I work with, it's like they don't, and it's not as easy for them to come across opportunities. So like, what ways do you think artists can like kind of just start creating their own opportunities? Like, get some motion, just get their own motion.
I feel like that guerrilla marketing, man. Like, again, like having 10, 20 or so people like really advertising, bro. Like, it doesn't hurt to go out and like hang up posters of yourself. Again, just paying your engineers, want like the best engineers possible, because we don't want to hear nothing like that's boo-boo. Like, I mean, you could say whatever but sonically, if it sounds good, it's going to sell. Thinking about merch, again, paying produce, like everything possible, just be a business person, like, and if you don't understand the business, like, you have to really study that, and just understanding, like, I'm not saying follow a trend, but just understand whoever's supporting you. Like, I think you should take their opinions and like their taste in consideration as well, but still be as unique as possible. I don't rap or I don't sing, so I don't want to sound like judgmental and things like that.
Right. No, I get that.
But being a producer, I have many opportunities to just have events or get sponsorships, and no lyrics come out of my mouth at all. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you just on your business. Yeah,
you just got to be on point. Like, find what's for you. So yeah.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. So yeah, you speaking of sponsorship, you do have a sponsor, right?
Yeah, I got a few.
Well, what are they?
Jack Daniels, Castle Meal Day. Well, we all know Jack Daniels, like, the brown liquor, the big brand. But Castle Meal Day, which is a brewing company in Westtown, right off of Ashland and Graham. Shout out to Javi and everybody over there. Juggernaut, dope boutique downtown.
Yeah, and Juggernaut, they've been sponsoring artists for a minute.
Yeah,
I had a conversation last week with Kane, and we were talking about like how like the boutique shops was just really getting behind artists. I remember back in, what was it, 2013? It was, I think Chance had like a release party or something there, and that shit was like wrapped around the whole.
I was down there, like, and I was able to get in because Manny and all them, like, it was like, come, and I'm just messed up in head. Funny story, dumb funny. So I'm walking out, so I go, but the line's still long, so they extended it. And it was this dude right at, where the L track set, when you're going north of Dearborn, this dude standing there with a Chance the Rapper poster. Grown white man. I swear to God. And he like, bro, he's like, how long you think they're gonna be? I was like, they just, and he was like, man, great, because my daughter, like, she begging me for like an autograph from Chance, like, and his daughter when he with him, but he got this post and everything, and I'm just like, that's how I knew he was.
Yeah.
I mean, he got a diverse crowd, but when a grown, and I'm a father, when you standing out there in line, and I don't even know how old his daughter was, but she wasn't present. But when he got the Sharpie, and I was like, damn, this shit crazy.
And how
bro.
long has he been standing out there?
That's
and
what,
how long is he willing to stand out
and he
there?
looking timid because he was grown, like like in his 40s or something like that. But in this, young kids, I was 20 something at the time. But he looking very like timid. He don't even know if he should wait in line. He's just like, how long you think gonna be in there? I'm like, bro, they just extended it, bro. So but yeah, that was a crazy year, bro.
Yeah, my son, if Nugget, if you watch this later, man, you better make sure you pick an artist that I know so I can just go ahead, pull up on them and get that for you.
For sure, man. Like anything for the kids, bro. Like,
because I have my ass out there too.
Yeah, for sure. Like, man, my daughter's like, they like Karol G. They like a few people, man. Like, they 9 years old, but like you said, I'll be out there too, man. Like anything for y'all,
Yeah, facts. Who are you listening to now? Did you hit it? Wait, did you hit a new Kanye?
I was searching for it this morning. I ain't got like no streaming all my music is off streaming platforms, so I ain't got that no more. But it's coming back. But I tried to search for it this morning through YouTube, but I know he's like off the grid with that shit too. I mean, I know it's probably on Apple or Spotify.
We were just listening to it. It's on Tidal.
Oh, it's on Tidal.
It's definitely on Tidal.
Okay,
we were just listening to
Shout out to Hov.
Yeah, I try, and this is a game. I try to play as much music on Tidal as I can. Yeah, because Tidal is the platform that pays the most to artists. I think they pay a little bit over a penny per stream. Okay, they pay like a penny per stream, a little bit over that. And all the other ones, I think the only one that comes close, I think, is I can't remember if it's Apple or if it's Amazon, but one of them pays like up to 0.8 of a penny. Okay, but like Spotify is like 0.3 of a penny. Per stream. Like so. Try to stream on Tidal, y'all. I know it might be a little more expensive. It's not as popular, but it definitely is. But
it's clean. It's clean too, though. Like I like the look, black and blue look.
And then they have a lot of them have like the credits too. Like when I go on there and I'm like referencing mixes, I can see who the engineer is. For the songs.
You see everything.
That's important. They normally have, but I'm a little upset at Kanye because he didn't have it on there right now. We was just looking, but. They normally have like the recording engineer, the mixing engineer, the mastering engineer, like credits of anybody who happened to be in the studio at that time normally be on there.
Yeah, it's crazy not seeing Mike Dean like work with him because
Mike Dean didn't work on his album.
I don't believe so. I think Mike Dean cut ties with like with all this anti-Semitic rhetoric he been doing. Like
that would make sense then.
But speaking of streaming platforms, artists get on Audio Mac. They are now paying, like, so you can get paid through Audio Mac. They're one of my sponsors as well. I've been with them for years. I'm a verified artist on Spotify, but it's not hard getting verified on there as well. Just be consistent, build your fan base up, and it's so many ways for you to get noticed on Audio Mac, and they got like Billboard charts on there as well, and it's cool, man. So, and like you can actually like when the album drop, you can go in there and listen to it, and it's free. So, artists. Shout out to Audio Max, shout out to DJ Z, shout out to all my fam over there. Thank y'all for everything. New music coming soon, y'all.
Okay, well, hold on. You can't just say new music coming soon without saying what you got in the works now.
I got a beat tape. I got a few beat tapes. I got beats. Fig, I don't know when he wants to drop HBK, but we did a nice run last year in February around this time. It's crazy. It's been a year. We did a listening party at Juggernaut, so we was like Casanovas,
So I'm not going crazy. It's not out.
Nah, it's not out.
Okay.
It's not out. Yeah.
Fig, what you doing, man? When y'all dropping, man?
I tell him, man, like bro, he literally gets messages like people be like having an attitude with this guy. Like
that's why I could, because I was trying. Remember, I was telling you I was trying to post it. I'm like, wait.
Nah, like one of my homies said, shout out to Tony, but one of my homies, Tony, like he met Fig at the party, but he be messaging Fig. He'll even message me like, bro, you playing, bro? Like drop that shit. I'm like, man, it's all on, bro. I can't, But I think he had a great rollout for it. And whenever he's like ready, it's going to be a great project. And shout out to everybody who it's a few singles out on Audio Mac and things like that. But shout out to people that came out. We had a lot of love. And all the alcohol had left that night. We had so much alcohol, but we was like literally just. And Juggernaut was like, "You guys should stay open. Like we gonna extend the party." And you guys were coming out buying things, man. Man, thanks for the love. We appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, that was dope. I definitely came in on some
Briefly.
high buy.
Yeah,
Briefly.
I was like, here, take one.
Yeah. He
take
gave me a couple of roadies.
Yeah, I was like, go ahead. You know what I mean?
I want to say shout out Belle D too, because that little gift bag that she put together was dope.
That was
like I
say,
little hearts and shit in there.
Bro, it was Valentine's Day week. We was kind of nervous about it, you know. Super Bowl, all kind of stuff was going on.
Yeah.
But again, like it's about the super fans, like, and it was supposed to be like 2-3 hours and wound up being like 5-6 hours.
Damn.
So like people were just coming, like
y'all stayed there for 6 hours.
Like I think, like I don't quote me on that, but I think it was close because Juggernaut was like, y'all can just keep going. And I remember people just kept coming, you know, they just kept coming, and I was like, man, that's dope. Like, you know, black people, we run late anyway, but to see people come and, you know, shop in the store and, you know, enjoy a beverage and asking us to replay the project over and over again. Like I didn't even DJ. I literally played the project like just hour on an hour. You know, it's only 5 tracks, but that was very humbling. It was a great experience. But again, artists, like, find your core crowd, market yourself the best you can, find like a sponsorship, a platform, and, you know, just take off running. But stay consistent though.
How do we go about finding a sponsorship? Like, how do we get sponsored?
You know, making a business proposition. You know. Just selling yourself the best way you can.
What's in it for, like, what has to be in it for the sponsor? You know what I'm saying? To
me, I think as long as they like are convinced that people are going to come and shop with them after they deal with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I literally got a pizza sponsor. It's crazy, like a couple pizza sponsors, but it's like it's seriously like,
how the hell you get a pizza sponsor?
Just neighborhood, just growing up in the neighborhood, like
DJ in that parlor or something. It was
like just like I'm telling you, like Home Team Pizza. In West Town, Pie Pizza, it's in West Town, like, but just growing up in the neighborhood and just, you know, networking, rubbing shoulders, being consistent with them, like, because they have good food as well, and just convincing them, like, so, you know. But I really got those sponsorships for doing things for the community, because I used to throw basketball tournaments, Nasim and Co. That's my company. So we used to do soccer tournaments, tea parties.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Basketball again, all kind of things, and, you know, just call them up, and then after that they be like, man, yo, people came and shopped and bought like 5 pizzas or whatever, or like they bought their kids something to eat, or they had a party. So, and then most importantly, like, they helping the community. So, you know, just having them on deck is pretty cool.
Can you hoop?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I went to 3-point shootout my senior year.
Okay.
I went to Noble Street College Prep. But I qualified for the 3-point shootout. And yeah, I went. I lost the first round though. I was actually eligible that game, so I didn't even know I was gonna play. But coach called me, and I'm sorry, coach, I was smoking weed. You probably knew though. But he called me. He was like, "You shooting tonight?" I'm like, "What?" But I wasn't eligible just for a week though. And I'm like, "What you mean?" He was like, "You want to shoot out?" And I'm like, "Oh, word." But I was stoned, bro. Like, I think we had played Phillips that night. It was the state championship as well. So it was the dunk contest and a 3-point shootout at Phillips that night. So came unprepped. But the other shooter, he wound up going far, Chris Correa, he wound up going far that year. So shout out to him. Shout out to Noble Street. Shout out to Coach Fearbach. I love you, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I just asked that question because you said you had the 3-on-3 for basketball.
Yeah, it was 3-on-3. Yeah, so, I had soccer, bro. I don't even know nothing about soccer, but the little shorties in my hood, they cold, bro. Like you literally be watching them, like, damn, like they be doing little tricks, and you feel me, like, and they be very serious about it. So this one I was working at a nonprofit at a daycare I actually grew up at, so I was fortunate enough to not only grow up there but give back to them as well. And that year we had 2019, we had got a check from Dick's Sporting Goods from those tournaments I was doing for $10K. And the pandemic started, and I left. I wound up going to private school after that. But yeah, Dick's Sporting Goods had cut me a check for $10K.
Damn.
Yep. So that's what I'm saying. Find your market, guys. Like, it's just be consistent and find some fun in it too. It's not hard.
That is the key. So speaking of fun, all right. So how do you keep your mental on point? Trying to navigate the music scene.
It's hard, bro. Like, sometimes it's discouraging, but I gotta realize, like, I'm very talented at what I do. I love what I do, obviously, but it's not gonna always be like you know, flowers. You know, you got to really understand when to like take a break, when to elevate, when to stay stagnant. You know what I mean? Like, you got to really just study it. You know, you really have to be a student in the game. And I feel like not a lot of people, but it's some people in this craft who just want the money. It's not even about the money. Like, if you really don't love this, it's going to be miserable. It's going to be like a job that you don't like at all. So, you know, study and really have a passion for it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it just all comes. And then, like, again, I keep saying consistency. So if you keep being consistent, it's all going to flow.
Facts. I mean, I just know sometimes I know people where it seems like they just keep taking shots, and they're like they ain't landing yet. And it's like, how do you keep putting them up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's about like it's form shooting, like, you know, like, again, going back to sports, like, just working on your craft, man. Now I'm not saying you can't make no money in it. You shouldn't think about money because we all got to eat. But if that's the name of the game for you, sorry to say, like, if you ain't really got no like resume, no, you know, at least something.
Yeah.
If you're not marketable, if you're not gonna make a check, you're not gonna get a penny. You're not getting nothing. Like, unless your music on this, you know, the Spotify, like these streaming platforms. But even then, what you say, like, they paying you not even pennies. Like, so what you think you're gonna really do if you can't be consistent? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it. Consistency is always key, man.
It's always key, man.
You gotta find somebody. Who was this that told me this? I think I heard it recently somewhere, but it takes sometimes it takes people up to 7 times of them hearing the same message before they understand it.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you can get in front of somebody 7 different times with your release, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, then maybe they'll listen.
Yeah, nah, that's real, bro. Like, and then it takes a little bit of money too. Like, we got to think about, shout out to you guys, the engineers, your staff. Like, you got to come to your engineer. Again, pay your producers. Now, if you have a producer that's nice enough to just give you beats and want to like work with you and like help mold you, cool. But always look out for them as well, man. That's important. You know what I mean? Like, that's important. Like, again, like a little merch, like, get creative. Pay your graphic designers to make some merch. Like, get jiggy with it. You know what I mean? Like, stop being cheap.
You basically just saying make sure that you look at it like a business, and that part I think is just hard for people who haven't been in business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's somebody who I make music, but I've never run a business, so it's like I can't even fathom like what you're saying. Like, you mean to me I gotta pay for the product that I want to put out and sell and make $1 million off? I mean, when I say it out loud that, it just sound like common sense. But
you can't be a kingpin without paying. Like,
but there's so many different people that you can pay. So you would charge for beats. What about splits? Like, how do you do your splits?
So yeah, like, you know, we make our split sheet or whatever, and you know, nowadays you can, well, I don't know how it goes, like, being independent, but yeah, like, anytime I had a split sheet, it's always through a label. Like, it's all, you know, so I know I'm getting my 100%. I know they gonna get their 100% for lyrics. I'm getting my 100% for production, and we're fine. Like, so I don't, you know, but in general, I feel like, again, just pay your producers. Like, and if you are, say for example, Little Johnny come up to me and was like, you know, I got $1,000 for you, and I want 5 beats. I want this project produced, and then I'm telling him, like, I'm accepted. I see you got a good product on your hand. When it blows, let's make something contractually. And I know you independent, we ain't going through no label, but let's make something contractually where I can get like 20%, 15% from my work. You already paid me off back. Or you don't have to charge them at all if you really believe, like, if you're comfy with that $1,000 or whatever. But get technical, man. Like, again, like, it's all a business. But if you're not willing to split nothing with a producer, pay them, give them what they worth, you know. And a producer has to be on the same page with you. You know?
So it's funny because I'm going to shamelessly plug an event that I'm going to announce maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. But as an engineer, I get a lot of people who grab beats off of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Just rip them. I'm not going to disagree with you, but it's very common, and I think the idea is maybe I'm already paying for studio time, and I don't know if this song is gonna do what I think it's gonna do. So let me try it. Because I've heard both. I've heard that part of it too. I've heard like I'm gonna get this beat off of YouTube. I'm gonna record the song, and if I like the song, I'll then go back and get the lease for the beat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then I've also heard I'm just gonna take these beats, I'm gonna put them out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
It's awful. But I blame these niggas on YouTube for putting your shit up. Now J. Cole had
marketing. They marketed.
Yeah,
they got a link to their beat store. So
yeah.
So like what they're doing is, hey,
it's gonna steal, bro.
Yeah. But the point that I want to make is I want to try to combat that a little bit, and I want to put producers in the room with artists.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do an event called it's gonna be Type Beat, Type Meet. So the first one's gonna be Juice WRLD and Travis Scott Type Beat, Type Meet. So we're gonna meet in the studio. Everybody can play music, whether it's a producer playing the beat or an artist playing a song that fit that vibe. So we could try to like combat that idea, because maybe I don't know that me coming to a producer, maybe I don't know what you would charge me, or maybe I'm just intimidated to find out because my money is low, or maybe I don't know that if I play my music, you might be like, yo, I really fuck with you.
Yeah,
I got these connections. Let's work.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying?
Dope,
so we gonna see.
It's gonna be here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Yo, like let me know like whatever help you need, like as far as promotion. Like I even be a part. Like I love to produce. But that's a solid idea, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's kind of what we need. Like, I think because it's one thing to just get some shit offline, but if I know you as a producer, now we collaborate on this song, and I need to have a part of it tweaked. We need to change the arrangement. Like we can really shape the song to, we can shape the beat to the song. You know what I'm saying? If I have access to the producer,
Yeah, for sure. Nah, that's solid, bro. That's very impressive.
Thank you, man. But yeah, I mean, definitely if you want to be a part of that shit, man.
Of course, man. Like,
I'd love to have you.
Yeah, man. I like working with I just like working with producers. I like hearing different sounds, bro. Like it's motivating. Like I don't bite nobody, but to see how people like work, to see how they flip things, or whatever, you be like, man, that's cold, bro. Like, make me step up, like sharpen my sword. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You learn from everybody. I think life is always teaching you. If you're not paying attention, even like when shit ain't going right, it's teaching you something about your operation, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
When things are going well, just pay attention to everything, because life is always teaching.
But I want to make a point. You know what? Not to discourage any producers on YouTube, but if I'm not mistaken, J. Cole had actually got a beat off YouTube for one of the artists, and shouting them out or whatever. Like I think it was like J. Cole type beat, and J. Cole actually rapped on it.
Yeah,
I think this was a few months ago. Like,
see, that's dope.
Yeah, so like I ain't discouraging nobody. So like I want to retract my statement for saying it's y'all fault, because thieves gonna be thieves, but yeah, and like you say, it's marketing, bro. But yeah,
exactly. YouTube, I think is like it's still the most popular social media platform. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I mean, just think about how many things are on YouTube and how many plays YouTube is getting.
Yeah, for sure.
That's Google. Google owns YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's like if I was Googling best backhand form, right? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna show me a YouTube video.
It's gonna show, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Like,
so it's like it's smart to have your stuff on there because people are always there, but there is the piracy that happens.
Yeah, for sure. That's crazy. I didn't know that was like, I probably would have thought like Facebook or something. But yeah, you're right. YouTube, like you can learn how to cook,
everything, shoot
a basketball, sports, anything, bro. Like
everything, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna like I'll be wondering, is it gonna be something that can top YouTube? Like,
no, because you're gonna have to learn how to do it from YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like what another video type platform can they like what do we have to do better to top YouTube? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe if they pay more, because
you can make an argument that like TikTok or something like that, but that's all short form content. But YouTube also allows you to put shorts on there.
Yeah.
And long form.
Yeah,
and they pay out. You know, so it's all good. Have you ever had a moment in like your music career and just felt like, damn? Like just looked around like where you were, maybe around like maybe it was that event in New York, but you was like, damn, how the fuck did I get here?
Yeah, bro.
Off of my craft.
I think I've had a few moments, but I think the one I could really remember was when shout out to Andrew Barber, Fake Sure. big supporter of mine. But I had released this beat tape called The Emotions of Her, Her Everlasting Rhythm, and Huron, Erie, and Racine. Ironically, the neighborhoods I like, the streets I grew up off of, right? And Nano, you know, shout out to him always. Thanks for all the opportunity. He produces for the weekend. He did the Hills for the weekend.
Yeah.
That went diamond.
Yeah.
And I remember he had DM me. He was like, bro, this tape is cold. And he was like, come to Dope Door tonight. And it was a closed session event, but Treaty Crew was performing. And White Clef Jean was there, Young Chop, all kind of people. And I remember coming, he was like, coming all black. And I'm like, now, all my people, they like, oh, you finna be a Treaty Crew. I ain't come all black too. I came in what I wanted. But I remember he came and we called it crowned. He crowned me, gave me the Treaty Crew hat, and you know, you either buy one.
The motherfuckers going for like 100,
150, 200, something like that. Yeah. Like, and you know, when you buy it, it has the orange brim under it, but the ones that show you an actual member has the green one, has the green brim. So he was like, you know, I'm not telling you to be, I'm asking you, like, do you want to be a part? And I'm looking like, hell yeah, nigga. Like, and I felt like that was the greatest moment of my life right there. Like one of the greatest moments, musically.
That's dope.
It was, and I swear after that, I'll just talk about New York, like never been on a plane ever prior to that. Like I was 22 or something like that. And yeah, man, booking started filling up, placements and things of that nature. And it was cool, bro. But it just showed me like the unity amongst like being a part of something like that, you know.
Exactly. They say your network. Your network is your net worth.
Yeah, for sure. Like it was great, bro. Like to meet all kind of people through that opportunity. Again, definitely a blessing, very humbling. And again, it showed me like you can always work harder, you know, you can always work smarter, and you can always be better than what you think you are, you know.
Facts.
So yeah, it was cool, bro. Like, but that was one of the moments like I don't think I'll ever forget, you know.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, shout out Treated Crew, man. Shout out Treated Crew.
I know the scene miss us, but we around though. We around. Like we ain't left this, you know, we ain't collectively together, but Naz and Rio, you know, Mano doing this thing, Hope. You know what I'm saying?
I think Hope got some stuff coming out soon.
I think Hope was just in Paris too, like on tour, whatever. I forget the band he was with. I think it's 1972. I think that's
maybe
1975. One of them, but sorry if I'm messing up the band name. But yeah, he was just in motion. He just dropped the album. Y'all go check that out. But yeah, bro, all the brothers, they doing their thing, man. Everybody's doing their thing in the crew. So
all right. Well, you said you got some new releases. Said you got some beat tapes coming out. You don't know exactly when, so we got to be on the lookout for them, right?
It's first quarter for sure. It's going to definitely be before the end of this month or the end of March. Like I like to, I think about it as, you know, sports like basketball. Like first quarter, I want to come out with something. Second quarter, I want to have something. Third quarter, you know. So the next 3 months, like every 3 months, y'all have something for me. Whether it's a mix, a remake, a beat tape, a track with an artist. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, it is Super Bowl Sunday. Who you picking? Who you got? You got
man,
the Chiefs,
bro.
You got,
like I said, I'm rolling with the I'm rolling with Brock Purdy, man, Mr. Irrelevant, bro. Like I love his story, love to see his hustle. You know, last pick of the draft, but definitely a game manager. But he makes a difference, bro. Like that game against the Lions, they played. They had beat the Lions, correct? Man, I looked at him. I'm like, it's so simple, but it works. You know what I'm saying?
But that game against the Lions, I feel like he kind of took over. Like I don't think I've ever really seen him take over.
Yeah,
he kind of took over towards the end of that game. I remember watching him run for like 15.
Scrambling.
I'm like, when you start
for
running,
sure, yeah.
I'm like, okay,
yeah, bro.
I know.
Nah, he did his thing though, bro. So I'm going for them, and I like, you know, I know. Even if he don't win, he gonna get a big paycheck anyway. The Niners gonna roll with him. Christian McCaffrey, like, don't let him heat up, because if he do, I feel like that Chiefs defense can't really hold him down. But you never know. Patty Mahomes, that heart of a champion, man. Like title town, bro.
It's hard to bet against him, man. It's hard to bet against him. But I'm just tired of them winning, man. And there's like all these conspiracies now, like they're gonna win because of Taylor Swift, because Taylor Swift don't lose.
Yeah.
And technically she dating no boy, and maybe they engaged and we don't know. And all this shit. So
I mean, it'll make sense, because I was saying Travis Kelce has said he got to bring one home because she just got the Grammys and all that stuff. So It might be some, you know,
but he already has a couple. He got 3 of them. Don't he?
Yeah, like
he got 2
you
or 3
already
of
a
them
champion, brother. Like, don't let her like gas you up like that. No, but other than that, I think it's gonna be a good game. I do think, like again, if I was betting, man, you know, I would go for the Chiefs. But knowing, like I say, Brock Purdy and how much of a game manager he is, he probably do like 200 yards, 200 some yards, probably a little under. But he gonna protect that football, bro. He ain't gonna turn it over. Like, and Christian McCaffrey gonna go for like 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Like,
easy, yeah.
Gonna be crazy, yo.
Yeah, I got the 49ers too, man. I may call me a hater, but I'm tired of seeing the Chiefs, man. I like Mahomes. He's a very likable dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would definitely sit down. I bring him on the show. I have a beer with him, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But decided to win it.
Yeah, I mean, but they shout out to them too though, because the Chiefs turned their season well, especially Patrick and his receivers, because I think he had the most drops this season.
Their team had the most drops. Yeah,
the first 4 weeks they was looking like, I don't know about this, but he turned it around, bro. So, man, it's gonna be a good game, man. You guys like get your popcorn. Who was that? T.O. Get some popcorn ready, all that, man. Like,
what's your favorite Super Bowl food, man? What do you gotta have?
I'm gonna say wings, obviously, but you know what, bro?
Favorite wing flavor?
I like as long as they fried, bro. As long as they fried, like, but you know, you can eat some fried wings and they just don't have no flavor. As long as they well seasoned, you know, I'd rather take my grandma wings. I cook well too, but I don't like to fry because you know it'd be lingering around the crib and
it be in your clothes, it be everywhere.
Bro, you be like, oh man, like I don't care how much cologne you put on, like, you know. Maybe my house ain't big enough, rather. So,
no, that's everybody, bro. Like, yeah, everybody. Well, yeah, I guess all the houses that I've been in, and every fried chicken, I've always
be like, any fried thing. Like, I don't care if it's a pork chop or whatever. Like, it's in your clothes. But other than that, bro, I'm gonna say like pizza. Okay. Like little appetizers and shit like that. You know. What about you?
Wings, bro. Give me some lemon pepper wings. Man.
Oh,
lemon pepper all day.
What you like? Wingstop?
I like Wingstop. I also make lemon pepper wings at the crib.
Oh, nice,
you know what I'm saying? So
you be whipping things up.
Yeah, I cook a little bit, man.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, but all right, y'all, man. We gonna get y'all up out of here. I know everybody trying to go watch the game and get ready for it. Getting your casseroles and your wings and your pizzas and all that stuff together, man. I appreciate you coming on, bro. Where can people find you? Where can they stay up to date with your beat tapes that's dropping, where you DJing that next, and what you got going on?
Just simply Google Nasim Williams. Don't forget the $. And yeah, like I'm on Instagram, whatever. But like I say, Google. You could do a research paper on me, man. Major articles, bro. The Indy Star, New York Times. I've been featuring a lot of things. So if your kids ever want somebody interesting to do a paper on, they want sources that's credible, go ahead. Like I say, type in Nasim Williams. Don't forget the $. And Nasim. And yeah, man. Like I'm around. I'm fairly reasonable on prices, and not even about that. Like let's build, let's grow, and embrace the city. And embrace his culture and his art. And man, everybody stay safe and have a swell Sunday, you know. Enjoy the Super Bowl.
All right. And with that, we out. Till next time.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.